Update 207 with the Smuggler Pack 2. Overall, I'm going to say not worth the DLC for the price. I'd recommend waiting for this one to go on sale during whenever that happens with Overkill, but all the weapons here, they're either a side grade or they're outclassed by current variants in the vanilla right now, or, previous DLC. The biggest complaint for this update or DLC is the animation for the weapons that are in place. I feel like they're too speedy, almost like everything's with a speed mag, and your bullet isn't ready. Some of the weapons you have to wait a couple more seconds, and this includes the underbarrel grenade launcher for the new assault rifle. So I feel like Overkill kinda rushed this one, or didn't put a lot of effort into it, so again, wait for this one to be on sale, or probably don't be too concerned about not missing out. Another reason why I think the DLC is kind of rushed is a lot of explosives are currently bugged, which means melting dozer faceplates or blowing up doors. They're not necessarily working so good with current grenade launchers, frag grenades, and HE round shotguns. This may be the reason because of the new grenade throwable that was introduced. Something with an electrical taser output as AoE. Now, since that grenade doesn't blow up doors or faceplates, that sort of thing, we're guessing Overkill kind of screwed up the programming there, so I think there's going to be some changes or tweaks soon. Oh, and apparently you can throw that grenade at a teammate and it will electrocute them, so feel free to troll them, or please throw carefully, even if your teammate is doing a manual revive, just in case they don't have enough points for Inspire. Last thing I want to point out with this DLC is the whole new speed pull magazine changes. Yep, assault rifles they say needed it, but now they're finally getting a balanced tweak, which I think is pretty interesting. Considering myself using a lot of snipers and pistols, I think for me learning assault rifles now is definitely becoming a challenge, and I can't wait to figure things out. I will have builds for all the new weapons for you guys to have fun and play with. I've tested them myself, they're pretty decent, and let's get going. So the new electrical AoE grenade, it's fun, it's new, but it's definitely not top tier. The damage it provides is nowhere near as standard frags have, or say a Molotov over time, any of that stuff. It's definitely strong in terms of its AoE capabilities. It can stun through walls, but it's probably best when it comes to a grenade launcher. And the best spammy one is the Arbiter, which I will be going over in just a bit. Like I showed in the clip before, it's probably not a good idea to toss it too close to your teammates if they're doing a manual revive. It will electrocute them. So another thing too is that the current concussions have a bigger range, and you can carry 2 more of them. So to me, concussions are still top tier for crowd control and ease of use, so you don't electrocute your teammates. So as you see in the gameplay footage, I got 3 builds, like I mentioned, using these weapons. And they're all using the Anarchist perk deck because you have so much points to play with, and it's very good. Yeah, no, screw that, just kidding. We're gonna use other perk decks because they work just as well. As you see in the footage, we're going to be utilizing the new sniper. I think it's the best in terms of the DLC weapon pack. So if you want to try new snipers or want to have fun with clicking heads and getting grays on the enemies, this is it. Very similar to one of my previous sniper builds with Armorer. Now the trick is to get Berserker, and doing so is taking a heavy hit from a Zeal unit that does 225 damage, and subtract that from 230, you're left with 5 HP, and you got yourself a great Zerk to do a lot of damage. So, just like my quick video, I'm going to quickly go over the mods and the skill points for the build, because I don't see a lot of value explaining every single bit of detail in the middle of a video. Maybe at the end, but definitely not the middle. So feel free to pause anytime, just in case you need to check something or make sure you got the right stuff. Again, I always link my stuff at the bottom of the video description anyway, so there's another spot there too. As for the sniper and the DLC, I think the pullout animation is a little too quick before the gun is ready. So when you swap weapons, be prepared to wait just a little bit more before you can fire the actual gun. Another issue that I have with it is the tactical reload. So when you are out of bullets in your magazine and you need to do a full reload, there's another delay in that animation. Otherwise, it's typically not too bad. Another issue with the sniper is that it's a side grade to the contractor where there's no silencer attachment. So when you're going to make some noise, enemies are definitely going to be amongst your way. So be advised. This is why I paired it with armor, so you have that 2 seconds of invulnerability, just in case you need to get your butt back into cover, or if you need to take heat off of your team. Concealing this rifle seems to be a bit tough as well, so again, wanted to pair it with something a little bit more heavy, and with the recoil ridiculously low, it makes it relatively easy to hit shots. I did notice that the bounce in the animation when you click is definitely different from the Grom and the Contractor and the Lebensauger that I used to use with this similar build. Otherwise, I think it's the best part of the weapon pack. I did have a lot of fun with it, and hope you guys enjoy it as well. Now, if you can't aim, neither can I. It's okay. I miss a lot of shots. I got a pointless build for you. Quite literally pointless. Get it? No? Okay, well, this is paired up with the Micro Uzi, and believe it or not, with Ex-President, I got a lot of points to even use body expertise. You don't even have to point and click their heads anymore. So, the purpose of this dual SMG or dual assault rifle, however you want to put it, we're going to utilize the underbarrel grenade launcher for shields. And if Overkill ever fixes the faceplates of dozers and other things, then maybe this build will be even better. Shoutouts to Yokai for helping me with Ex-President, as again I'm learning more perks and other weapons, especially with assault rifles. This one is classified as a battle rifle. It's got a lot of damage, more than say the Union or the Clarion rifle. So we're going to use a body expertise setup so we can quickly kill stuff and maintain relatively good ammo pickup. So this is where the pointless comes into place. The problem is with this rifle is it's very, very hard to conceal. I can't even equip a sight without sacrificing a bit of critical hit. Unless you want to do 27% critical hit chance, feel free. Or use the other non-concealment penalty sight. So anyways, that's why I just hip fire with it mostly and paired up with the Micro Uzi. You just spray down and away you go. You see a shield, you take the underbarrel grenade launcher again, and take him out. No problems. The only thing is, don't do it too close to a shield, because you don't want to trap yourself swapping weapons, as that's the only caveat to this build, is there is a lot of weapon swapping, attachment moving, that it can get a little jarring if you press the wrong button in a wrong panic of time. The reload seems to be okay for normal reloads, no issues there, but if you do use the underbarrel grenade launcher, there will be a bit of a delay after you finish reloading, so you may have to take again another second just to make sure it is fully reloaded. Again, as for the build and modifications, quickly going over them, they're relatively simple. Just pack a silencer so you get that accuracy and stability, and with using Ex-President with the suit, we can still have jokers and have body expertise, lots of damage, lots of crits, good to go. I don't have hostage taker in this setup as my previous Ex-President setup. Again, I was learning assault rifles back in the day, still am. You don't need to run hostage taker with Ex-President because you can heal up very fast if you need the health immediately. The trick to do this is, once you made a lot of kills, you should have your secondary health bar charged up. Clear the area, find a guy, have your armor break, and land a bullseye. The armor regeneration is fast if you do blow up your armor and if you want to go back into cover, but if by getting the headshot, it does it instantly for you. So another good reason to have bullseye in your builds. I didn't use the speed mag on this rifle because I felt the penalty was way too much, especially for crits. Nonetheless, I think the rifle is not bad. I don't think it's the worst thing. We'll go over that next. But it's definitely tough to conceal for a crit-based build. I didn't pair this up with Zerk, as again, we're not doing Anarchist just yet. Maybe you guys can figure that out, but hey, this is what I found to be fun and effective. Having almost like 2 automatic weapons with utility, wire side, you can definitely breeze through hallways if you need to do a lot of damage. On to the last build, and I would say, yeah, it may be the least, but these things are relatively usable. So I wanted to combine this with the new taser grenade with the grenade launchers I was suggesting earlier. Using the Arbiter, these things can get pretty spammy. So using Hacker with the SMGs, we got a lot of crits, decent DPS, and a lot of crowd control. When it comes to the animations of all the weapons, I said, these are the worst. Even with the speed pull mag, it still has a lot of delay once the animation is finished before you can fire again. So that's why I took these things without the speed mag, and it gives me that little bit more time to put myself in cover, put myself in wait, and get these things finally reloaded, because they take a little bit. I do recommend using these SMGs for single fire. Now the reason why I say single fire is you got a lot of crits, you got decent DPS, you don't have a lot of damage. If we had higher damage submachine guns, such as say the Krinkov, CR805s, it'd be better to pair those with ammo bags. I haven't tested these with Berserker just to boost my damage, as I was not sure which direction these SMGs can go, because again, they got low damage, high rate of fire. It's not the greatest SMG, because again, there are better SMGs that can easily outclass these, such as the Mark 10 or the Micro Uzi I was using earlier. These things are, again, not the greatest. I like to treat them as an assault rifle. Just get up close and take your headshots, and have a lot of crowd control with the Arbiter taser grenades. So I have the mods as follows. That's, again, pretty standard. Have some silencer skills so you can boost the accuracy and stability of these dreadful things, because the stats get easily outclassed by other SMGs. Using Hacker and Hostage Taker, we can have some sustainability, as well as a lot of crowd control with our setup. So again, I'm not going to say this build is great or the best. It's more of a crowd control fun, gimmicky build, because the taser grenades, they do offer a bit of support, but just like the underbarrel I showed earlier, it's better to kill something with a shield or a crowd right away as opposed to just grenading them and laughing at their tased bodies. I don't know. So just a quick wrap. Overall, like I said earlier in the video, no, I don't think it's worth it, but here are some builds. Feel free to try them, or maybe just wait for this one to go on sale, because I feel like Overkill definitely rushed on this one. And surprisingly enough, this was on a wait before it actually got released as well, so I found that a little weird as well. But anyways, feel free to comment, or if you got any questions, or if you want to try these builds out, let me know how they are. Let me know if you guys found any better tweaks to them, or if they're good as there is. Awesome. I'm glad you had fun with it. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.